Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're live, and I'm almost losing my voice. But we're here on a Monday to hang out with the FC Barcelona season ticket holders. We've got some galleries, we've got some strategies to review and chew over, and all that good stuff in between. We've kind of listed this streaming programme a little bit shorter notice than normal. Apologies for that. It's been another bank holiday, would you believe it? The kids are off school again. So it's been battle stations at Casa de Quinny. And we're back ready to rock and roll, so we're hopefully going to have a good wee one today. And I will try and just kind of shoot the breeze with you for the opening little period here where we get some of the requests rolled in. Again, the weather's been sunny in Glasgow, so it's been a pretty good day for me overall. Hope you have been having a good one as well. Fist bumps to you all on arrival, of course. And when you do get here, live or after we'll be live, smash the like button, of course, and get yourself into the live chat with requests, or drop a wee comment down below and let me know how your weekend went on the SO5 leaderboards or off it, depending on what you're into. Because actually, I had a little bit of an in-between one this weekend. Me, McBride Ace, and Doge Sports had actually got together to watch the Derby game at the weekend, which was good fun. And part of the reason I'm losing my voice. Shouting at football, drinking and smoking is not a good combination for the old vocal cords. I don't know why, but I've just got a really low threshold of tolerance with it in my ripe age that I am at the moment, so bear with me for that one today, guys. And it was great meeting Doge Sports as well, top guy, and me, him and McBride, we had a great time on Sunday. I was going to say Saturday because today feels like a Sunday to me. Yeah, had a good one. Let me know what you guys have been up to, of course, and we'll get some of the requests in live and loud as well. And I guess to kind of get us going, sugar, what button is it? Is it this button? Yeah. I'll have a wee glance over. I've actually hit a lot of my lineups. I've not got much left to run. I do have the Girona boys, and oh no, I just seen the team sheet and I never even clicked that Miguel was not on it. Oh, for the love of God, man. Isn't that just the way of my game week, honestly? Just close. Oh, the Pepe's going to go to waste, man. I seen the team and I was like, oh, brilliant, all my guys are there. I didn't even notice Miguel wasn't there. Oh, I feel like such an idiot more than anything, just for literally only watched that video they posted on their Twitter 5 minutes ago. Oh, that's a bummer. Look, well. So we've only really got two teams that have kind of cracked a whip this game week. And, guys, Pepe. I should have played Pepe over Tate. I was not far away from doing that. It was never a combination I actually put together, but I had high confidence in Sané. I had high confidence in Pepe. Wirtz just about got pass marks. I was quite unsure on midfield, to be honest with you, and he was getting in on merit, on name. Captain Guardiola, we're always going to pick, felt like a great game for that. And All Black with the Quinny. We would have won this, guys, if we had Pepe in here for Tate. I don't know about many other likely players we could have brought in, but Tate on a 49 with the collection bonus and everything I've got on him, you could maybe just about get away with that. Everyone else did pretty well. Like, even if how far away are we from something special? 20 points from the podium. Even if Wirtz got an 80, which is not beyond the realms of possibility for Wirtz. Excuse me, that would have been fantastic. 30 points off winning it. Oh, jeez. So that's the closest we've been this season in Classic, and it's probably this amongst the most serious I've taken it. There's only, I'm going to say, like 4 or 5 game weeks I've had in D1 Champ Classic where I thought, yeah, let's put the big boys together. Let's swing for the fences. And obviously the classic strength and dynamic we've had has kind of evolved this season, but they're the two main things we've got coming out of this weekend. We'll do probably a wee deadline show maybe, I don't know, I'll need to see how things are going. I say it's battle stations here with the bank holiday, Monday and Tuesday. We'll see what's going on, but I should be able to get something together for it. I didn't have a great time in MLS. We've got some essence. Jaden Nelson's back, which is kind of good for my selection headaches going forward. Fixture proof Lucho was not fixture proof at the weekend. They get slayed 5-0. I suppose when 5-0, when it's no decisives, there's just no hope. But the AA as well was just incredibly low. And New York City, Jesus, if one person was going to score, I did not think it was going to be Julian Fernandez. A 91 pointer. Jesus, man, he absolutely killed it. No assist, but this is just crazy. So few on decisives. New York City are the shittest best team, like like the shittest good team possible. And even looking where I had Fernandez as captain, it was like the last team. I had no confidence he was going to start. 2 DNPs, O'Toole was unforeseen, Ilinic was 50-50. But yeah, MLSing. Tavon Gray's back. That's kind of a good thing. And we're getting promoted with this. This wasn't too far actually away from hot streaking. We nailed the captain. Captain Freeze paid in on this one. Got us promoted in a wee bit of essence, if nothing else. Captain Freeze here. No promotion, but anyway. With a DNP, no relegation. This is probably my sorest part of the game week, but looking back at it, is I was desperate to get that Tierney in. And what I had in this was either... I don't even want to think about it, by the way, because I would have won it, but it was either Nicholas Pepe's classic, and I had Cherky over the other place. So Cherky could have outperformed Tati and maybe got us into a bit of the cash. With a different defender, I can't remember, but in that case it would have been an in-season defender. But when I got Tierney, I mushed it up and done this. But before this, I had Guardiola and Diego Lopez, and Guardiola would have been captain on 100, of course, so a big difference on the point scoring. Diego Lopez, however, but absolutely dropped a clanger this game week, so it was actually a good game week to have him shelved and off to the side. So not really too worried about that, but we had if we got one or two combinations a bit better. Like, look at this. McGinn, we called, he would have a good game. You know, there's another world where we've got McGinn and Llorente in a team together with Angelino, and that might have, I don't know if they maybe caught a box or some crap at the back, but might have done halfway okay. Also the Girona guys killing us as well. Pepe rinsing, which we knew was going to happen. And then the Celtic stuff, yeah, obviously just wasn't anything that great. The gung-ho team didn't really gung-ho for us. Shaqiri went alone, but I should have played his teammate with him, Albiana Jetty. Absolutely rinsed it as well. So it's good to know we've got them back fit and available, and they're getting selected again and whatever, but gutted to miss out on using them. So a few wee bits and bobs. Top, where are we sitting on Sorare? I know Sorare data says 10th, but I think on Sorare we might be like 8th or something. Let's see, no, we are 10th. That's a killer, by the way, because the leaderboard is so brutal. It's so brutal. This is D1, right? There's PSU. Well done, mate. Star and 600 bangers. Have we look at his team in a second. But tier 1 ends at 9th, man. Isn't that just weak? Top, come on, man. Give it to the top 10. Come on, man. Let's look at PSU's team. Oh, isn't that just a PSU forward line there of Mbappe and Kimmich? Meret, Oliveira, Olise. Good picks. Good picks from Sean. So yeah, that's me. Let's see what you guys are giving it in the chat. Club Z, good to see you. Torador, good to see you as well. Evening Quinny, any chance of a review for then end of this season and preparations for next season? Yeah, let's have a look at that, buddy. I'll load you up. Toxic Lightning. And what we're talking about here, Toxic Lightning, in terms of that, yeah, all rare. I think you're rare. It's quite, yeah. So I think, yeah, I'll set this up, buddy. You can come back and talk to me, then we'll run with it. Girona Mallorca, that's just broke my heart, man. Out, not even on the bench, man. So Miguel. I was going to pick. I'm never not picking Miguel unless I know he's not playing. But I could have played Arnau very easily. David Lopez, I never really use that guy as often as I should. But yeah, and Van der Voort was a weird one as well. We got Van der Voort into a team, and he conceded 3 sadly. But after the game, so he really conceded 3. We knew he wasn't going to do good. After the game, they gave him a last man tackle, which is incredible. Goalkeeping points 19. Accurate sweeper keeper. I love all this stuff, you know. So let's hope it's the beginning of something. We've brought balance to the force with a classic, super classic Martin van der Voort. So I look forward to next weekend. I've not had a glance at the fixtures or anything like that yet. Maybe we'll do that. We're waiting for Club Z to come back to us. So I had a look at the midweek, and I've got some bits and bobs. I think I just about finished my teams. There's not much going on, but I've got under 23 goalkeeper and Tani. You can only play 2 entries, I think, in All-Star Rare. Let's double check that. Yeah. So I built my first team in All-Star, and then I built my second team under 23 just to see who I would need to use in case there was any conflict or whatever. And then ended up, just running with these 2. We'll see how it goes. A wee bit of a Barca attack stack here. Quatra and Jardim. Captain Depay, and then some other guys from around the place. Says Aranguiz is an F. I know it's against a tough team from Argentina, but they're at home and he's on sets and stuff, so I'm not too, midweeks are midweeks. We all know what we're getting with that. Let's have a wee peek. While we're waiting for Club Z. We've got another set of the specials. That's brilliant. And then second iteration of the arena. So guys, like the arena was very winnable. Very winnable. We mentioned this, or Charlie brought it up on Go Fuck Friday. So be sure to catch that if you've missed it. But like, imagine you did just max entry it or just tan it. You could have easily went away and got like a good multiple on essence. I've tried with this. Like, I tried to make this a good team, and sadly they all just scored rubbish, and we're getting a DNP savage. It looks like. But look at this in third, 241 points. You know what I mean? Like, just so gutted. We could have won this very easily. 301 points. We should have won this, man. Bad choices. Ultimately, sadly, a draw in the Basque Derby there. So actually, yeah, how much limited essence are we collecting? 3. Oh, that feels like a sickener, by the way. Yeah, we're on 16. Ouch. So yeah, the craft will need to wait then, but we'll pull the member giveaway stuff tomorrow, like we arranged and we promised. But we'll have another one to craft right off the back of it. So members, stay tuned for any further details on all that. But yeah, so I think Club Z, if we look at the rare stuff you've got here. We've got that guy that plays for the Ronnie Valdo team, and then we're looking at championship utility essentially in Challenger with the Hansen and Palmer. I suspect you believe is going to be your Ipswich keeper for next year. There's a nice little gander across, like, I don't know what we need a collective term for Belgium, Holland, and Denmark. That's not Challenger, because we're not talking about Turkey, we're not talking about Portugal, we're not talking about. There's one more team, one more league, I'm sure there is. But we're not talking about them, we're just talking about those 3. You've got a nice little clutch of them anyway, Tuba, Kemper, and Hay here. So different fixture coverage is nice. Clayborough comes into that as well. And if we're expecting Ipswich to be like a dominant team, hopefully out of these 7 guys you've got, could we have 3 of them be useful? That's kind of the main thing I would be thinking about to cover the 2 teams you've got there now. And once we move to another team, of course, we're looking at the extra bits and bobs. The only thing I'm worried about with this Yarinki is that it gets transferred because he's getting mad hype, and I think a lot of his stats are through the roof. But I think if Nordisland are in Europe next year, there's a fair chance that other teams are prospecting him. Unlikely, yeah. I think if they're getting Europe, they would maybe let him go and get some tougher opposition, but I think somebody might pounce and buy him in the summer. Chances are it comes out of the region unless he gets loaned back or somewhere else. So hard to be confident in including Caleb here in your plans. So yeah, Danny Silva's probably fine enough. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to get Europe. He'll hang about. And then the same kind of ratio we're talking about again with the Ipswich guys. Up front, Karamoko, Badji. Who's Badji? He's at a fun team again, isn't he? Maxi Araujo, the fullback, forward card, plays for Lisbon. Mikey Johnson will be in the Championship next year, I'm sure. West Brom aren't going up, are they? I know they're close to it, but I don't think they're. Sugar. Wrong button, but not far away anyway. Oh, we're at the playoffs. Oh, are we? Oh, wow. I didn't realise the Championship was finished. That totally caught me off guard, by the way. Fair play. So let's see. Yeah, West Brom not going anywhere. Who's in the playoffs? No, it isn't yet. No, it is 46. Yeah, it's done. I don't know why for a second there. I thought I went to 48. Yeah, a lot of those guys are still going to be there next year, so no much of a threat of that. And looking at the Championship, right, so who are we losing? Who's going to the Prem? Leeds and Burnley, right? 2 big teams to take out of the equation. And then one of these teams, Sunderland and Sheffield are quite, Sheffield actually 90 points. You would say they're actually they should be the favourites, say. I think Sunderland have put good resources and have some tidy players, SO5 cards especially. So one of those 2 will go up. We've never had Sunderland cards, so that would be interesting on some level for some people. And then we'll be losing. Yeah, it's confirmed now. Wow, yeah. So Luton, Plymouth, Cardiff, gone. I'm wondering why it only says 23 times 2 is 46. Yeah, so like these guys are going. They don't do a relegation playoff. They just go down. Don't know why there's only one arrow denoting that there. Kind of it's thrown me off a wee bit. But that Championship, it's always tough, man. There's going to be recruitment, and it's coming up as well. You've also got Hollywood FC. Wrexham are in town, so This division's going to be action-packed this year, but it'll probably be a fun one for you to follow as an Ipswich fan, especially if you can be that sort of, Leeds Burnley. You just walk into their role, as it were, in the league with the parachute payments, just the Premier League level squad in theory. If you can keep the manager, especially, it's a good solid chance of that happening. But that region as well is a kind of hard one to do that next season prep for in a lot of ways, because like who can you guarantee in that region is still going to be there, that's effective, that's a good price, that's affordable, that does also dovetail with what you've got going on there. So let's have a look at because again, the transfer window is another thing that's just, where the hell is the filter for Challenger and stuff? Oh, I've just not scrolled down enough, I beg your pardon. Yeah, Turkey. Oh, no, I think Brazil was maybe in the back of my head from that little ranty piece earlier. Trading Methods, Fistbump, good to see you, my man. Kind of losing my voice tonight, so bear with me on the volume. I'm just going to have my favourites tab because I'm curious just to see who comes up on this. But Skagly 40 quid classic doesn't feel too bad these days, does it? Especially at classic, it's that kind of level of guy you will need. And 40 quid for a Pascagli, like, again, is there much jeopardy on him leaving now? I'm not sure. So funny to see Diego Souza ripping out. Wow, man. Wow. I just wish I kept that card, man. That was a bad buy from a few years ago. Wow. Wow. He's probably going to transfer up the food chain in Turkey, but and then go crap. But wow. Krastev's only 13 quid. Who knows where he ends up next year, right enough. Joachima Fujita, by the way. Joachima Fujita, getting his game on. Becoming a wee bit of a Vanakin, some might say. Souza, Chef U. Let's see what happens with that, if they go up or not. Larsson's back. And I think he'll stay at Copenhagen because they're going to go into the Champions League next year, I'm sure. If not, at least the Champions League qualifiers. They're not guaranteed that yet. They still need to win their league. Yeah, qualification for the Champions League. I think they might actually need to play Celtic, so they probably won't actually qualify. So Europa League it will be for Copenhagen. And Larsson in the Europa League will be quality if he keeps playing like this. Larsson versus Celtic. Let's hope we don't need to see that. There's an OG Trubin. We need to get one of them back in our life at some point. Anthony Jibu Malambu. Is there much chance he leaves? I wouldn't say there is. Still quite young, just kind of break. Wow, man, look at that L5. Anthony Jibu Malambu with one of the nicest rookie cards you're going to see, by the way. And yeah, he is. Oh, that was a guy we should have on level 20 by now. And should be playing with Cherokee and ruling under 23s with. In this day and age, by the way, so their cards are priced, it'll be much easier to keep those hooks into those cards, I think. Torunariga's probably going back to the Bundesliga. You've got a Badgie. Talaverov has a relegation release, so let's see where he ends up. I'm sure he does anyway. Karamoko. Look at that Panzo card, 68p. Who's he playing for? Is that Rio Ave? Wow. 68p. And that's an old Panzo. That's like, is that Season 1 Sorare? 1920? I think it is, by the way. That's quite a cool wee card. Youth International and all that. Won some stuff at that level. And had quite a colourful career, let's say. You know, he's got a few stamps in his passport. Jonathan Panzo. Mohamed Chow's been a bit of a hero, but I know he's frustrated this year. Yeah, these are just the favourites. I'll take this filter off in a second. This guy, Rocco Asconi, by the way, they picked him up as a rookie from Leo. He's got a Leo rookie card the same year as that Anthony Jibu Malambo. And Leo loaned him out to somewhere in Norway. It might have been Nordisland. I don't think it was. And it's not on this here, right? But I had him, and maybe I got one game week out of him or something. But he was doing alright, by the way. He looks like a player. He's a mid now, but I don't know where he I thought he was like more of a wide forward, kind of number 10 type. So he's a mid-classification now. The older cards are forwards. Just a wee footnote, a wee bit of blabber from me. Zeno van Hoesten, always injured, sadly. Pote, 50 quid classic. Prestiani. I think I just followed him because of his rookie. I think how old is he in at 15? Yeah, 15-year-old rookie's always fun. He's at Benfica. That's a fun wee rookie card just sitting on the market. This is a wee side note. Let's take that filter off and we'll see what we're actually playing with in this league. In terms of just kind of what generally pops up is a decent... Oh, wow, Miguel Gutierrez. Wow. Wow. I don't think he looked that good at Celta, by the way. Wow. Did they own him? I don't think anyone will buy him, by the way. I don't think he's... Like, I think anyone that would look at him would probably look at the Celta tapes as well. And I don't think he was that good at Celta. Obviously, he's developed. He's super young in that, but he might be a sneaky good one, by the way. Who's he at? Utrecht? Because if they do... let's see if they own him. So Utrecht, comfortably 4th. So Europa League qualification. They get a Champions League team straight into the league phase. Well done, Holland. Ajax, looking like that'll be. But yeah, if they get Europa League qualifiers, Utrecht, that means they'll probably be able to keep some guys. And who are we looking at again? The Spanish guy. Yeah, Miguel. Yeah, he's just signed this year. That's a loan. Unlucky Utrecht. Yeah, well, he's definitely going back then. That's weird. I wonder where he'll end up. I wonder if Celta will try and play him. Interesting. I got a bit excited for that, for sadly the reality of it not being that great. Rookie Smets. That's a nice card. Do you want Smets as a mid or a defender? But and I seen this earlier. That's because he's in an old Atletico Madrid collection. But Lucas Torreira has got an L5 of death, man. That is insane. L5 is through the roof. Malik Tillman still quite punchy. Who knows where Osman's going to play? Kevin McAllister. Do you know the price of Osman? See if you are like a multi-regional player. It's probably pretty good. Like, see if you don't care where he goes, because he is Osman. He's only going to go somewhere where he's going to be awesome. Men. So that's not bad, by the way. If you're quite happy to just, hey, wherever he plays, I'll use him kind of vibe. That's not bad. Let's all-star maybe even, or specialist if you're so inclined. We Kevin McAllister as well, by the way. I know that double decisive kind of pushes the needle a bit, but £7 for a card like that is mad to see in season. Manor Solomon has been an absolute killer in the Championship for Leeds. Does he keep this up in the Prem? Almost certainly no. But a great indicator of what can go right for some of these Prem level guys that do go to the Championship to rebound. So watch out transfer window. Savage 60p, man, Jesus. And the funny thing is he's amazing when he plays, but he has killed me, man. Like, I've used him a few times hoping for a big score, and I've never got a good score out of him in Turkey, but he fucking kills it. Fab V. Will Arsenal keep him? That's probably not a good thing for Challenger. Yeah, I don't think he's going to go back, is he? Gedson, £8 classic. Turkey. And with you being Championship clubs, Toxic Lightning, Turkey is just what we always think of as like the perfect kind of foil. We've probably spoken of that with you here before. So Turkey ones I'm always a wee bit more inclined to look at for a Championship strategy. Edward Quaresma, £12. It's really good. It's classic shopping, by the way. And prices will only kind of go down, to be honest with you, like a little bit between now and the end of the season. Because people will want to cash in, and having a wallet just puts you in a bit of a position of strength to be able to you know, accept and reject shit and whatever, you know. Try and negotiate, do some direct offers. It's just so volatile with transfers. I'm going to go back a page real quickly because Was, £1. Is there one in my collection? Yeah, there is £2. For £2, I'd maybe take that back. Disco Dave. It's a shame it's not in Santonio or something, so I could get that down. No doubt. We're talking about 20p, so who really cares? But I've got 74. Imagine there was somebody pure cheap enough. That's kind of what I'm telling myself now. Because this region is mad cheap on Classic. Mad cheap. I'd love one of those Koki Machidas back. And I asked you Ueda, but then like I'm playing that region and I don't want to play that region. Or maybe just more global options perhaps, but I do like me some of my guys. Now we're talking about Anthony Jibu Malambo. I don't mind guys like that. Proper wee classic pieces that are like a wee bit of Sorare folklore. Cards you used to own or you've always wanted or backed or whatever. I was just when I seen that I was like, oh, I wonder how cheap a Was is. I don't really need it, obviously. And who does he play for? Brøndby? Are they getting into Europe? I don't think they are, by the way, because there's a lot of chat over that Kvitsgarden. Going to maybe Frankfurt or something. Well, Brøndby might do it. Yeah, they should keep ahead of Randers, but it's a Conference League. Maybe I want a Was. Let's investigate that to one side. Yeah, okay. Paxton, is he owned by... No, I think he must still be owned by Frankfurt, surely. They've not sold him. It'll be interesting for Utrecht if they get into Europe and they lose all their team, kind of like Girona style, you know. Not quite the same thing, but not far off. Your Yerin Yuki guy, it's a nice rookie, isn't it? He'll be a big rookie from this year. 17 quid. Ferro, that's funny to see. Has he been scoring? Oh, it's actually had a wee period, hasn't he? He's back in Portugal, of course. It's just funny to see. The old Ferro there. Nat Phillips? I'd maybe look at a Celtic one. No. There's only like 5 of them or something, but... this guy's moving, isn't he? El Karupe Deviv. Russia? Why are Russia coming on page here? Oh, is the filter went off? Yeah. Bruma, not been as prominent. Who did they sign for Benfica? Kind of knew that was going to be the case, but sadly. This is a goalkeeper. He's got a rookie card. That's fun. Love that. Those guys that break through. Hey Quinny, can you review my gallery? 3 dots, Mike Ross. No problem, mate, but I need you to pick up your FC Barcelona season ticket. It's £1 a week, £4 a month. We do these streams every week. We do lineup building every week as well. We've got a Telegram group. Telegram's just like WhatsApp and Discord, but a lot better. And I give away all my limiteds to the season ticket holders. So not a problem, buddy, but we need your season ticket. Checking tickets. Francesco Mora. Invasion of the Kids. Yeah, it's nothing. It's hard to prepare this league for next year, to be honest with you. Yuito Suzuki for 15 quid. Knowing how effective he can be, that's not a bad wee discount. Our nice wee budget buy. You've got a tuba. Wow, he's super cheap, isn't he? Yeah, this region's really tough, mate, to forward plan much for. I'll be looking at limited. I've just remembered you've got limiteds, we've not peaked them yet. But I think it's a similar build for the most part. But your limited probably has a wee bit more flex in it. And wow, look at Hannibal. Guys, there's been some people, by the way, that have just had an L5 recently, out of nowhere. This Dorgales guy got a lot of good write-ups early this season. He's a tenner, man. One of the few non-rookies in the Nordisland ranks. Oh, there's a Midgetland rookie looking good. Mikael Kruger Johnson. MKJ, I guess we're going to call him. Wee Chilean guy's looking good. He's scoring goals from defence like that? That's mad. Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Maybe just a wee bit of a purple patch for him. Hartman's probably quite... Yeah, Hartman's a great shout. He's not going to move, and he is brilliant. He will only be fitter next year. I think that's a great shout. There's Anthony Jibu Malambo again. That'd be a good pair. Maybe actually a good wee Feyenoord element. Because they've got some guys now. I don't think there's many of their guys that are like on the chopping block to be sold or have got high demand around them. Jizz is always an option. Can't believe he's a real guy, man. It's so funny. I'd love him to move to Scotland so badly, man. I'd love him to play for like Motherwell or Hibs or something like that. It's so funny. The banter up here would be incredible. Yeah, let's go have a look at our limiteds. So we've got 5 keepers. We've got Lyson, Delisha, all the Ipswich boys. So that's probably like 3 keepers next year, ultimately with a bit of handcuffing. Repeats, I love that. It's a bit thin. Burnley, we're not going to be able to use that. Everything else is, yeah, fine. So yeah, this might just be like the... I think we've done this before with your lineup builds. Is like this is like that's a nice UADA to have, by the way. Because if this is like the third team that you play, it'll give you the potential to do not too bad, by the way, with some of the leftovers. Get their XP up. If you get lucky and you pull some stuff, all the better. And yeah, I don't mind that. You could buy Unlimited a lot cheaper, right? But really, I think for this nice little dual play that you've got going on, like those extra 3 keepers and then just the extra depth you've got here at a really cheap price, I would just keep that as a wee bit of your like your 3 classic teams you're going to play with your leftovers and just roll them all out because there's no training. And if they get anything brilliant, and if you can get one of them a bit competitive and build you up some limited essence and or cards, again, it's just some market fodder that you can pick up to help facilitate anything you're doing next year. And I think with the rares, like, yeah, maybe needs like the same thing that we normally look at with starting a strategy. Like, what is team 1, right? Who's the best keeper likely to be? Let's just say it's going to be your Ipswich guy. Who's the best defender? If you know who that is, fine. If it's Leif Davis or Ben Johnson or whatever, I don't know. Who are you going to keep in midfield? It's maybe the midfield's actually a bit of a question mark of like, who would you keep out of the better players? Well, Ipswich lose them all, some of them. And who would be your captain in the team? Midfield is the first place where I ask that question, you know, and is there anyone really captainable here? And a captain choice to slide in next to this could very easily be like the Buscaglia, the Veerman types that we can see good classic prices for. But if there's any crazy mad Turkey partners, or you get somebody like a Solomon that moves into the Championship on loan or on a transfer, that could be a move that we jump on some news for. If it's, you know, Solomon, you'd have to be really confident on him as a player, which some people are, some people, you know, whatever, right? But if a guy you're like, oh, he's a really good player, that's a really good club he's moved to, good manager, da da da, whatever. Those moves are really easy to action and activate, especially championship ones, because they'll directly correlate 95% of the time with the core of the gallery here, similar to your Karamoko Dembele kind of guy and whatever. And up front, like, if you've got one striker per team for the most part, I know you're probably going to lose the lap to champion Europe. But out of these guys, who's going to be the goal getters? Who did well in the championship last time? And really, are you ever going to go double forward with any of these teams? Probably not. Maybe you do. You've got a lot of forwards. That's kind of part of the things I need to know what you're thinking. If you do go double forward on once in a while, it takes a bit of the pressure off defence and mid. I'd say most of the time it's probably single forward, so it puts more pressure on these R spots, balancing out the way they should. Oh, hey, Turbo. I didn't actually realise there was no prizes. I just genuinely don't have anywhere else to play him, and the team is pretty crap, to be honest with you. Wow. I'm still going to play it because number one, I want the XP, and number two, I want the promotion. I really have nowhere else to play these guys, and I don't think Tani is a better keeper necessarily than my other options. Yeah, it's pretty throwaway-ish, to be honest with you. Just don't want it relegated. I don't want to play D1, especially if there is no prizes, by the way. At any division? Like, there's nothing? Wow. 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 That is mental. That's weird. What do you think of that? I see, I've only got 3 keepers anyway, and pretty much on screen is every usable outfielder I've kind of used. Under 23 could maybe be a wee bit better, but like, I can't, like, there's no prizes, so who cares? But I don't think Caicedo or Kang are going to play, so I kind of need to play Romero and cross my fingers he appears. Roque's broke his duck, which is brilliant, so hopefully he goes on a rinser now. Magno got a wee assist, so hopefully he's in the good books from the start or from the bench. He can just do something. Otherwise, the only option would be Kake, who, like, that's what you're getting with him, sadly. Maybe it will be, was it Europe he played last time? Palmeiras, Botafogo. Was Palmeiras in Europe? Yeah, Nacional was in Europe. I know the expression is flawed, apologies, but Club Atletico Nacional, SA, Club Nacional. Yeah, so no merit that he's going to play this game. Paulinho maybe does away to Club Cerro Porteño, coming back from injury, maybe comes off the bench. But I think Magno definitely comes off the bench. And Bernabe's the only defender, you know, so like, I just don't have any choices anyway. And I can't play Tani anywhere else. Or if I play Tani an All-Star, I've then got a keeper I can't use an All-Star anyway, so like, I'll take the promotion. Fair enough. It could be closed because all the regions, but opening it with no prizes feels like they're trying to trick people. Why couldn't there be like a little bit of box action? That's what I'm thinking, you know? Like, why couldn't there just be a bit of boxes? And like, if there is like a low amount of budget available on money, essence, cards, whatever, box them up for this one, you know? Just go under 23 special. There's nothing on, so we're boxing it for the top 10% of entries or whatever, you know? And just put a little bit of everything in it. It doesn't even need to be big payouts, but at least then there's something. Promotion and relegation only is weird. But I'll play mine for the promotion because I'd rather have 2 D1s teams than one. Don't really need 2 D1s, but I'd rather have that than not. Not enough people who made a lineup, I guess. Jorg Verhoeven. Oh, that's what Jorg's saying. Yeah, maybe I don't think it's an entry thing. I think it's always a player thing. Must be quite committed in All-Star then. 60 cards. Yeah, like why can't you just throw some boxes at it? Maybe even bespoke boxes if they don't want to give that much essence away in that comp, or they don't want to split it away from All Star as much. Again, under 23 is meant to be more of the core comp roster than All Star is, isn't it? Do you think they might switch us out and they might take under 23 away for next year and give us All Star permanently? Because they kind of have gave us All Star semi permanently. And under 23 maybe just puts an extra pressure on them age specification wise for the rewards. Just a thought. I fancy my All Star. I fancy the Barca team, by the way. If Barca do enter, I'll be in amongst it. But yeah, I think I say with the Ipswich thing, like, yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at. Is there any championship transfers we can jump on, or send a link? Tweet you to our space for the second leg. Aye, I'll be doing those Twitter spaces, I think, this week, maybe one of the nights. Which is good fun, by the way. I like Twitter spaces. It's kind of like group chat radio in a weird way. But yeah, let's have some fun with that. Hurdy-gurdy-gurdy. On the windy boxes. Aye. Had a wee bit of MFL action over the last couple of days, guys, but we'll cut a wee video for that. It'll probably come out tomorrow or Wednesday. Get you up to speed. And we'll do... Some of you were asking for member MFL content. I'm kind of up for doing that as well. But organised in general, just, I don't know what we could... Oh yeah, no, I do know what we could do, like, actively wise, like as an activity. But in terms of content, we'll play it by ear still. Oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Let's have a wee peek ahead to the weekend. In fact, I want to look at contender first. I guess I'll have a wee peek there. See what's going on. Oh, we're losing a D1 in season limited. That's a bummer. And rare. I hope we're not losing anything. Oh, we are. DNP Johnson, I think that's... No. It won't be. I saved the Johnson. I can't remember what that is. That's a bummer. Losing one of our D1 in seasons. I just know when we've got like 2 D2s, it'll be the week that I absolutely batter it. Celtic at home to Hibs. Nice. That should be good for us. Rangers Aberdeen. Oxborough came back. Kasper Schmeichel. Pau. Got enough goalkeepers to play. Nice fixture for Amisa. O'Hara, good form. Zach Hemming. Yeah, I've got plenty of keeper options. It's all about Celtic, isn't it, I suppose, but who else is running around? Yeah, not much. I think it'd be more interesting to look at under 23, to be honest with you. Yeah, let's have a wee peek under 23s. So we've got Tanny. We've got Van de Voort. Let's try and just pick an bringing under 23 sexy back, you know. I think it's probably Guardiola. Isn't that wee nosy? Tavon's not a bad shout. It's the best looking team we can make. Oh, Caicedo Newcastle's not bad. Bro home is back, baby. Bro home is back. Return of the bro. Matinho is also happening, by the way. He's doing pretty nicely. Lennon Miller, rookie. That's a nice card in the making already, isn't it? Words. Who are they playing? Dortmund. Oh, you know that's just going to be good. Cherky against Monaco. It's Cherky, isn't it? He just doesn't miss. Either gets fucking 25A or he gets a decisive or two with 10A, 15A, you know. He's the man. That's not a bad game for Caicedo, even if they don't win. Like, look at this against Tottenham. Penalty one. Like, he's just a hyperactive mid. Matinho's not a bad shout as well, playing Lugano away. Engels could be good. Soboslai, that feels fun. Lennon Miller Hearts. Who's Soboslai playing? Arsenal at Anfield. That feels fun, by the way. Matt O'Reilly against Wolves. How many minutes did they get? Yeah, O'Reilly's back. 89. He's in the team. It has to be this Captain Cherky or Guardiola. They're fighting for it, but Guardiola away at Southampton. Ooh, that's the best looking team. I'm not going to stick with it, but it's a great looking team. That was kind of fun. Let's have a look at Champ. It's kind of cooking around there for the weekend. What was the specials again? Just the J&Ks. All Blacks get Sociedad. Butez Cagliari. Vasil just suspended, of course he is. Damn it. Really? Just sucked. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he gets sent off as well. Oi, caramba. Yeah, in season defence is quite slim. This is where like Guardiola becomes a super valuable pick to just go pop him in. But Taz been in good form. Trippier at home to Chelsea. Not bad away from Brighton, but not great. Yeah, defence aren't easy picks there. So imagine it's mainly in-season mids. Gross is back. KDB against Southampton. No bother. Rafi against Madrid. Oh, he has to play, doesn't he? And then FDJ could have a great game, by the way. Quinny Cagliari. Could be a sneaky one, by the way. Enzo Baranachea, potential injury. Need to check that one out. But FDJ is a good shout. Yeah, man, this looks like you put Guardiola in here and you're cooking. Maybe Jokie Anderson, by the way. At home to Everton could be a great game for him. AA wise and such. I don't know if I'm that confident in it where I'd put him in this team. Similar to Pepe last week, actually. Similar feeling. Look at John Martin, by the way. I wish this guy's been playing all season. What an absolute hero. I bought this guy at the beginning of the season for like a $5. And he's just now starting to actually play football. Galan wildly outperformed Tierney. 76 over a 0. Majorly gutted that Tierney was on that projection. Otherwise it would have been Galan picked. And I don't even want to think about that, by the way. That'll really piss me off. Yeah, it's kind of Guardiola. What was Robbo's fixture? Oh yeah, Arsenal. It's not particularly great. So yeah, some great fixtures for next weekend. And yeah. It's kind of the size of it, guys. There's not many more comments and stuff coming in, so it's kind of hard to keep the show moving when it's request night. Again, apologies, I know it was kind of booked with not much of a turnaround or much of a time for comments to be left, requests to be dropped. But yeah, apologies. Mm-mm-mm. 63, 67, 70, 70, 70, 72, 74. Yeah, we've been doing alright. We've not been doing amazing since like You needed a couple of good wins. I'm hopeful I've still got a good one or two in the season remaining. Tanny, top SO5 winner now. 31 cards. Congrats. Huge accolade. He's won rares. He's won super rares. He's won limiteds. He's won national series cards. He's done it all. He won with Broholm. That's fun. Openda. Urbig. He's now gone. Valdemarson. We've got him. Tanny's won us some great cards, man. Although they're not great cards, they've been great cards. If that makes any sort of sense. That's a fun stat. We normally have a wee list on that. I think it's maybe on the app you see that. A bit better. Oh, sugar. Yeah, I can still catch it. I just realised. Did I put Miguel? I did. I put Miguel in the decisive thing. So let's drop Miguel for Ivan Martin because he's playing. There we go. Get ourselves some super rare XP. You can't get enough of that. How much food do we have? 1,000. How much rare do I have? In fact, 700. So I was doing a wee effort on boosting players and stuff the other day. Martin, how much do you need to get boosted? Let's maybe focus on boosting Martin to his next level. Oh, in 23 hours, Lucho actually is probably a shout. How much do we have? Oh yeah, 23 hours we can just hit that. It's time tomorrow essentially. That's maybe a good thing to have a wee peek at now, by the way. It's MLS. Because MLS is kind of not quite set and forget, but my approach to that has been quite formulaic in terms of the squad construction. Yeah, so let's have a wee peek. We're getting a promotion. No, it was a limited shit, wasn't it? Still all D2s in. So the Streakers taking the threes. Oh, Montreal, please, Man City. New York City, please. Please. Batter them. Gutman, revenge match. That could be a really good game for Chicago, by the way. Oh, quite a difficult defence problem here for a change. I think Tavon's the man if he's fit. At home to RSL, I'm definitely taking Lucho. Pedrinho started against San Diego. That's good. Let's hope he can keep a wee run. At home to RSL could be good for him. Alonso Martinez. Oh, Jaden Nelson at home to LAFC. I don't think he'd be scared of them, I'll be honest with you. They got midweeks to worry about. There was no midweek there for them. Let's have a look at Vancouver's fixtures. Vancouver Whitecaps. Fixturinos. LA Austin. Oh yeah, it's ages away. Brilliant. 3 days later, but they do have a midweek away to Austin. Jesus, man. Vancouver to Texas. That's not going to be a good game for them. Why is that not? Oh, that'll be next midweek. Then away to RSL. A week later. Then 4 days later at home. And then the final 2 days later at their home, I think, isn't it? I think they're hosting it. Pedrinho would be fun. Oh, the forward's quite tough. I think you just take Alonso Martinez, but New York City at home. And yeah, I think I want to play Brian there. Captain Lucho. That feels like the team that's going to get us streaking. Although we're never going to get to the Streak Masters now, sadly. Oh, I hope at DC. They've got no Benteke, don't they? Oh yeah, Sean John deployed. Gutman's fine for team 2. as is Maxi Morales. Ooh, 4 forward choices. Aren't we lucky? It's hard to ignore a 91. It's hard to ignore that. Home to RSL, but yeah, it's so hard to ignore a 91. Yeah, I'll probably go with Nelson. Let's go double winger, firepower. I'm probably going to captain him, by the way. I would normally, I think, go to the limited one next, but I'm less incentivized to do that, I think, when the depth I've got is back. So, yeah, I don't mind like one of these guys maybe falling into the limited one, but I think I could play Sean John, Thiago Martin, Parks, Hannes Wolf, like quite comfortably together. I'd maybe even go as far as to say I would take the Sean John out for a threes and just New York it. And put Hack in. Or Pedrinho. Let's put Pedrinho in it. I'm probably looking at Captain Parks. Or no, Parks came off injured, in fact, didn't he? Yeah, he's dodgy. So let's go with Hack. He's quite safe. Captain the Wolf. How much cash is in that? 250 at the top. So we're going to do that. Top 10. Otherwise it's some essence and some stuff. But if we look at the limited one, we've got a team going into D2. Yeah, it's even scarcer, but we can get to 50th. Or, yeah, 200th. Yeah, I think that's a bit more likely for that team, actually. So let's do that. Let's bin this team and play it limited in season. But this freeze, try and catch a streak on the way. No, not Parks. He's dodgy. Hack. Wolf. Pedrinho. Captain Wolf. Here we go. Not going to mess about with the classics or whatever. I'm always interested to kind of lay the in-seasons out. So that's kind of team 1, 2, 3 for me. My third team is actually limited in season rather than a rare in season. And then the fourth team will be rare in season. It'll be kind of half training-y, but kind of long punty on guys. I've played Gray, so I'll have the other right back, Ilinic, just in case he plays. I guess I'll maybe use the Parks. What was the kind of early indication on this? Yeah, Hack and Shore, Risa. Yes, we could use Risa. Yeah, Andres Pereira. I think I maybe want to get a Johnny Shore now, by the way, in season. I think that Aidan O'Neill's going to come in when he comes in. Let's see if we play low XP Sean John on this one. Risa. Yeah, none of these guys are, yeah. We can't need the Johnny Short to fill this out, sadly. No Tula, no Ojeda. Ojeda's going to come off the bench, so I suppose that's kind of the play, isn't it? It's like, yeah, We maybe get super subs in this team, but I don't think we're actually getting a fifth man ultimately. Yeah. So leave that to the side for a second. Let's have a wee nosy. What is a shore looking like right now? Andres Perea, he could be even cheaper. Yeah, I think he is. But Johnny Shore scores points. That's so annoying he's not a rookie. I know his rookie was last year, but makes it easier to buy these wee guys. Yeah, he's like even cheaper. Or maybe is there a wee daft Dallas guy? Enzo Newman. Doesn't that sound like a fake guy? Rookie card. Malachi Molina or Malachi. Excuse me. They not issued a card for that new guy that they got. Guess not. The mad Brazilian guy they spent a lot of money on. Oh, that's a cool rookie. Oh, Mari Glasgow. That feels like the sort of guy we need. Contrast Saltida, a fist bump to you, mate. I'm good, mate. I hope you're doing well yourself. Oh, Vancouver. Is there a wee guy in Vancouver we could pick up on the fly? Probably not, because they're quite in vogue at the moment, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of like Johnny Shore, isn't it? Or Andres Perea. I don't mind that, because I've not got a Perea yet. We've got a wee bit of market credit sitting there as well. I love that use cash balance button first. Makes everything so much cleaner. You don't feel like there's nothing worse than when you think you've got like a dead balance on a wallet. Like, I know with some stuff like PS points, where I used to buy like FIFA points or like other DLC content for games, the way the way PlayStation money goes is like you can only buy it to certain volumes, and then like the things cost different amounts, and it's a pure tactic from them, of course, of pricing of everything. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. We Andy P in the building. 24 years old. He's a no bad wee guy. And for £2, I'll throw him in somewhere. So, yeah. It's good that you can use that. Use my balance first move. We like that. So let's just put low XP freeze into this. In fact, freeze. I think the rest of it is kind of NYC, isn't it? Risa, Andy P, Bakrar, and then Ojeda from the bench. I'm going to go captain and captain freeze. Yeah. It feels no bad. That feels no bad. Red or Dead, fist bump. Good to see you. Not too sure how much longer I'll sit on, guys. We had one request come in. Otherwise, I've just been kind of shooting the breeze, talking about some strategy stuff and all the rest of it, kind of loosely, you know. Under 23s, no rewards this game week, which is interesting, and a few other bits and bobs. But yeah, I think I'll maybe just tan through these just for a bit of fun, because I've got some dynamics here that maybe are interesting for you to see how they kind of pan out or whatever. But I don't think I'll be using Baraza against Toronto. Much more like the look of Freeze and Sean John. Oh, Seattle are playing Houston, by the way. I'll have some classic power to lay out there. I'm kind of building an NYC stack first. I know how mad that must sound, but that's the way it is. I'm going Captain Maxi. I'm just praying he gets his decisive. He's not back on yet. Red or Dead, no problem, mate. We'll add you in and we'll round off with you, buddy. Oh, I've put the NYC team in the wrong stack. Right, on that note, let's just get back to business. Red or Dead, what were you up to? Cantona. Kicker. Contenders, what are we looking at? Red or Dead, what type of contenders? What are we thinking about them? $316 limited. 166 rare. Put them in the NYC one. This Maxi will win something. And then second tie XP Sean John. Rare in season and classic. And what we're doing, like reviewing it in general, or what are you thinking? Rare in season and classic, so just rare. That's fine. Is it just like how it sits now, and like it's quite, yeah, it's quite non-European, isn't it? In terms of the goalkeepers, Kingsley. Maybe a little bit of European stuff, but I don't think there's much of it. Advincula, legend. A lot of mids. Yeah, so let me know what's the POV on this one, Red or Dead. Numbers will look really good, by the way. Mainly non-European, so very good coverage. Into a position of strength for you now, hopefully. By the way, who to be captain in this thing? Is it Rusnak or I can't know why Captain Rodan, but that doesn't feel right. Yeah, I think the Captain Bamba. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, after our last convo added a lot of cards had no Japanese a week ago. Yeah, I did not recognise this gallery, so I wasn't sure if it was the cross section I wasn't familiar with, or if there'd been a lot of work moving to it. So we've added a lot of Japanese stuff. And I've now just got a wee bit of completionism, or completionist syndrome kicking in here, so let me just rattle this away. It is quite formulaic MLS for me, as I say, so I'm probably going to go Forsberg, Choupo-Moting in this team. Maybe Johnny Shore, by the way. He's the fifth man. Forsberg's at home. We have another forward. Abada. Did he not get sent off or something? What happened to him in the last game? Oh no, I gave away a penalty. Might not be too bad. It was between Abada and Johnny Shore for the last spot in the last meaningful team. Abada away in Nashville. Yeah, we'll pass on that. And yeah, let's just put Johnny Shore in, a wee AA magnet. And you know what? Let's just captain him. No, let's not. Captain Forsberg, I think, is a move. We'll just leave that to run. Okay, so we've got a bucket of cards, like you say. So we'll be mainly competing over Classic, which I don't think we're going to have a problem with. But if we look at... So do the Japanese cards count as 25? I think they do, don't they? Yeah, awesome. So Axel Werner, look at him. He looks fat AF, man, doesn't he? Is he playing? No, he's just backup, isn't he? He's like a professional backup. Axel Werner, there's our name. He looks like a fucking barrel there, doesn't he? So we've got two keepers and a handcuff. We've got defence for both, essentially, with Advincula as an extra. Very good price point on all of them. 3-day average is pretty good as well. Wee bit of K&J coming into this as a reward. A wee special card that we're now selling. And a Shunta Tanaka. He's been around the block a few times, by the way, Shunta Tanaka. Did he not start off as a defender card as well? I think he was one of Hendo's buys. And forwards are fun. And obviously you've got Classic coming out the hoo-ha. The only kind of general thing I'm going to have to say on this, obviously, in terms of the Classic, is fill out with some of the studs. So I'm just going to say that now, so I don't need to just be the broken record with it. But let's have a look at the in-season element of it, because that's kind of the... So if we've got two teams, we've got Brun, we've got Ota. The Rosario defence is very stackable. There's just no getting away from that. You do need to kind of be on your toes with the best combo of two to pull out of it. This guy could play with the other keeper. Obviously, Advincula is just wild and free in the kind of stack play. But yeah, I think like a third, one more defender in here for the two keepers you have that doesn't play for Rosario. Maybe could play for Kyoto Sanga if there's one good enough. But yeah, another one that's just like, I know this guy could be captained. I think this guy Mallows showed some promise for that as well, if memory serves. Yeah, Mallows looked pretty hot as well at times, 39 AA and such. But there was somebody that was a wee bit... Oh no, he's been great as well. They're all quite solid, aren't they, by the way? Left back's a bit punchier with decisive potential, and he has had bigger scores. So I quite like that, by the way. But yeah, maybe one more just for versatility. The reward guy, if he plays, looks good. Shunta, if he plays, is good. The midfield is weak, but that's probably the number one thing on the agenda. You probably use Classic in midfield to help you more often than not. And then you could play... Yeah, it's kind of what you're doing, I suppose, with Team 1. It's Classic mid, isn't it? Which is fine enough. Who do we have to play there? We've got some top of the food chain guys here. So that's probably quite fine, as long as you don't feel like you're totally screwing yourself in Classic. Because you do want to have that level of depth in this type of region. You do have considerable, so it's hard to imagine you're cut afloat without it. But the second team, yeah, so the second team will maybe have like Shunta Tanaka in midfield, as well as maybe someone like a Franco Ibarra as a fifth man if we had to. The second team where you maybe playing a classic defender and then you don't actually maybe forget about getting, yeah. Because you do have like better classic forwards than you do in season. Yeah, so. But the in season comp, there is less quality forwards in it anyway. Because all those classics are not as available in it. But yeah, an extra in season defender here. Or another one for Kyoto. If this guy doesn't look great on L5 and 15. He's alright. He can kill you, man. He's not bad to have as like plan B, right? But I think we need a better. Is there a better Kyoto defender? I think they're like top 3 in the league, aren't they? So they should have somebody decent. Maybe not. That's the guy you've got, isn't it, Sugi? Yeah, they don't really have anyone, do they? So yeah, I think we need another. I don't think we want to play that defensive stack. I think we need another defender. Because keeping that in season and then using like the in season mid, at least one of them we can play in season forward, classic forward. We could maybe do that sort of thing. So yeah, I think an in season defender makes a big difference to your selection choices. And then an in season mid. They're the two. That's the next two things I would look at. It's like a good in season defender and then a decent, good pound for pound kind of in season mid. So if we go JK, RG Bargies, Mekis, and the Norwegians. So if we peek at them. And number one position we said was defender. Sadly, these kanji names and stuff like that is really off-putting for me. Wow, look at this guy. Nemchik. Wow, that's fun. I don't really know the Norwegian calendar that well for how well it will marry up with some of the utility you've already got there. Harry's boy, Andy P. Rojo is probably a better get than... Yeah, Rojo is a better get than Advincula. I think you can maybe want one that's... Do we want one that's maybe JK based? Because that's what the keeper is. So I suppose we care because the rest of the team's going to be mixed up anyway. Taro Blanco. Getting quite solid. Romana. Yeah, this is really off-putting. All the J&K guys here, like I can't read their names like that easily, so and then it's like not even below them typed, so I really struggle just to like can't even look at who's there, and I recognise some J League players, but I'm not that familiar with them all, where that kind of thing. So maybe looking at oh look, have you got this guy? Sandez. I think you do. Yeah, you do. You still here? Thanks, Quinny. Appreciate the advice. I was concentrating on Argentina and Brazil and got into my Rosario and Boca, but decided to take your advice and add players from Asia to bolster my cap choices. Just want a look for over the summer. Yeah, well, I guess that's kind of another defender just to give, because that Kyoto guy is no big shakes. You can use him like if that's all that's going on, but I think you ideally want somebody to play ahead of him more often than not. And then if you get a team 3 going, he can be okay at that level, certainly. Hey, Quinny, looking to next season comps, what do you think will happen with under 23, mate? We were chatting about that a little bit earlier because there is no rewards. There is no rewards for it this midweek, so it's a weird one. It is a weird one, mate. I don't know. Well, I see we kind of spoke about it earlier on, not in any great detail, but kind of flippantly. I would think maybe I think they could have put boxes in it, man. You know what I mean? So is this some sort of soft, like, get ready for this to be, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting to see what our reaction is. So we have to be kind of like, I didn't realize, do we all just go like, I didn't see there was no reward. What the fuck? Do we all play that game? Do we all play dumb together? It's hard to plan for under 23, which is really sad. But unless they give us All-Star back on the permanent, I think they'll maybe just about get away with that. But that's my POV. A lot of people are under 23ers rather than All-Starers, let's say. So maybe that's just me being selfish or being biased from my POV in particular. Yeah, this is really off-putting with the. So I just don't know their names. That's the problem. I just don't know their names. Do I just look at L5s, and go, oh yeah, look at that L5. But yeah, Reddit did say thanks for the advice. So I think he's on board with what we're talking about, and he's as we've seen with the build already, very capable in himself of IDing a card and pulling a strategy together. Very good player, Red or Dead. And basically every limited that's not one of my goalkeepers for strategy, we're going to be giving them away. Tejis and Kunkus, Albas, and everyone else in betweens. I've still got those guys, yeah, we do. Alba. But not the threes, not this collection, not this guy, and not this guy. We're going to be keeping all them. We need them for depth for next year. I'm actually quite happy I got that wee Andy P for £2. If he's in the team. I think he's only placeholding really for probably Aidan O'Neill. But I don't mind that, because if Aidan O'Neill comes into the team, I bought his in season the other day. That could be good fun. But a nice wee in season set up there. First two teams finally, the second one I'm looking at Fernandez pick again, Jesus, what are we doing here? But anyway, that's a problem for another day. Thanks to everyone who tuned in today. Thanks all the members, all the season ticket holders, all the supporters here on the channel. We'll have a bunch more Sorare content and MFL stuff coming out this week as well. With season 5 kind of rumbling on, we've got some good stuff to go, or maybe not. We've got good content to go through, but all the same results on the pitch and off the pitch and all that good stuff. And SO5, again, if you've missed the beginning of the show, of the stream today, but coming out of the game week, finished top 10, but we're going to get a fucking tier 2 for it, which is just a nightmare. Why doesn't the 10th person not also get a tier 1? That's just rubbing me up the wrong way. I'll have a wee peek at this before we go, but I was about to wrap up. But who's in this? Oh, yeah. Olmo, would take a Danny Olmo, no problem at all, right now. I would take that right now. Danny Olmo, give it. In season wise, there's not really any. Oh, Van der Veer. But for tier 2, I wouldn't be that chuffed with it, but I would be probably the happiest person to win that. A Tonali, I wouldn't mind that. Bruno's cool, but we've got one. Doku would be fun. We're getting too far down. I don't think we'd get anyone that low down. Yeah, who do we not want? Bryce Samba, Matt Ryan, Zentner. Yeah, I don't even want Blemo. I'd take Grabara. I'd take Pacho, Olmo. Sané, obviously, but I've got Sané. Griezmann. I don't even know if I want Tielemans, but Van der Veer would be alright. And then from there, I don't think I would be pulling MD. Don't think I'd be that interested. But anywho, stay tuned, guys. Thanks a lot for all the support. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care. Bye-bye. Wish me luck.